And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Good evening. And Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Portland. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough. And, of course, there's Utah, just a couple spots back. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. In it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. And it's Kessler in at the 5. And for Portland, Grant steps in at 4 with Ayton, the big man, in the middle. Sharp out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare in at the 3, the small forward. And you think about the future of this great league, certainly, Greg, some terrific young talent on display here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? I mean, some gifted players here answering in the affirmative.
Now, here's Simons. Sharp, the pass to Ayton. Off target with his 3. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. Here's Markkanen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Jeremy Grant picks one up.
Well, there's a 7-footer who can own the glass and hit shots from the outside. Lauri Markkanen is everything you want in a big.
Second free throw, no good. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, Lauri Markkanen had said all along he was content to stay in Utah. And after signing a contract extension, he remains with the Jazz. He turns 28 in May, so he's just entering his prime. There's plenty of runway left if the Jazz think he can guide them back to the playoff mix. And with the timing of when Markkanen signed his extension, he is not trade eligible during this season.
Shams, we really appreciate the update. We know how detailed you are. Thanks so much.
You know, not bashful about positioning himself inside. Sexton knows he has what it takes to score from there.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Shot by Collins, no good. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And it's Sharp missing.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Here's Sexton. Some solid defense from Ayton.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Inside, Kamara.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Here's Grant. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. And George now top of the key. Nice ball movement by Utah. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for John Collins. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And yet, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Avdia's checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Sensabaugh is checked in.
It's always good to see Ayton going up strong, using his physical gifts.
A stand after 11 seasons with this Blazer organization. Damian Lillard traded away in 2023. What a run he had for Portland.
Incredible, Kevin. Not only in terms of his scoring and his individual runners, but the success he brought to the team, while they didn't get over the top and get to the finals, they were a consistent winner. If you were a fan in Portland, you had a good team to come and watch for all of those years.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Blazers are in a midst. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. But in the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough. David, thank you.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Just right through them. Kessler not slowing up.
Now Sharp. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We've seen some flashes, Coach, from Shaedon Sharp in his career. He can get hot in a hurry.
Well, look, Kevin, he is a great athlete, and when his shot starts to fall consistently, he can be electric. Right now, he's putting it together little by little. He's just got to continue to improve.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Eubanks, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. Filipowski comes in for John Collins. And it's Sexton in for George. Now here's Henderson. After Collins, Sexton's miss. And then Henderson with the dunk.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
Utah trailing here. Here's Sensabaugh. Over Sharp. Sensabaugh no good. Ayton the pass to Henderson. Here's Sharp. It could go. No good on the last second attempt there. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers out in front, up by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Avdia out there with Henderson. Then it's Williams. Then there's Jabari Walker. And it's Kamare in at the 3. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Henderson, and then Henderson with the jam.
Yeah, Henderson has that bounce. He can go right at the rim.
Jazz trail by 4. There's the double team with Henderson. Eubanks with it. He's against Williams. Eubanks, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Henderson. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Williams can't hit. The Jazz shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Williams. Sexton on the wing. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, you know, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Henderson finds Williams. Back to Henderson. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Walker's shot is off. Jazz trail by 4. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic goals. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Eubanks. Collins comes in for Filipowski. And it's Williams in for Colin Sexton. Here's Collier, and he uses the glass on the layup. Collier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, if Kessler keeps passing the ball like that, he will be dangerous.
For the Trailblazers, Andre Ayton's checked in for Robert Williams. And it's Sharp in for Scoot Henderson. Now, here's Simons. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game.
Opening. Grant hammered that off.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a loss to the Clippers.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, and then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
The shot by George, no good. And here's Ayton. He'll bring it up for Portland. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Ayton. Stolen by George. Out left to the wing. Pass to Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Inexcusable defense. You can't let Kessler get established inside like this.
Down low. Here's Ayton. Kessler with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Simons after the made shot from John Collins. There's 31 seconds left here in the second. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Simons. Markkanen can't get it to go. Here's Avdia. And finished off by Avdia.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
The Jazz shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers lead by 4. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
Hey there, everybody.
Checking out the Trailblazers. They knew it was going to be a tough year, and I got to say it's been hard to watch them fight, looking through all these challenges. We hope they're learning something.
Let's get back to our game featuring Portland. That first half was pretty even.
Without the points they've gotten off the bench, this game wouldn't be as close as it is. Can you count on that in the second half? It's debatable, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's in the game for them down the stretch. That'll do it for our show tonight.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Jeremy Grant, what a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Getting underway here in the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. And it's George in at the point. Second shot opportunity, Markkanen, and he banks in the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19, and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA, and confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much.
Well, if you're a fan of Jeremy Grant, that's what you love to see. Phenomenal throwdown.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. George, no good.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process.
Boy, a guy like that, Coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for. Yeah, he's not just a perimeter shooter. Markkanen will take it right at you.
Pass to Sharp. Ayton inside. Working on Kessler. Jazz trail by 4. Left side, George. Shoots over Simon. George, no good.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. For the Trailblazers, Avdia comes in for Shaedon Sharp. And Henderson subbed in for Anthony Simons. Sexton against Avdia. Right side, Sexton. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Portland leading by 6. Stolen by Kessler. And he gets it to go.
Some very clever ball handling from Sexton, getting himself some room to work with. .144. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Let's take a look at the numbers for DeAndre Ayton.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And the basket by Kamare.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
It didn't take long for the Blazers to find Damian Lillard's heir apparent, did it, Greg?
Yeah, they drafted Scoot Henderson with the 3rd overall pick in 2023. Took him a little time to get his sea legs, but his talent is undeniable.
Jazz trail by 6. Here's Sexton driving inside. That one's not going to go.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Henderson kicks to Avdia. Pass to Grant. Clock at 6. Back to Avdia. Off target from 3-point range. Jazz have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Pass to Ayton. And it's in there. Ayton's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, at his size, Ayton can absorb contact easily.
Here's Sensabaugh. Up in time. And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Jabari Walker is out there with Williams. Then there's Scoot Henderson. Then there's Murray. And it's Avdia in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Henderson passes to Avdia. Now here's Henderson. Defense right on him. Here's Walker. Back to Henderson. Wide open look here for Murray. Knocks down the 3-ball. Murray's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Here's Sensabaugh. And the shot goes in.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Avdia. And finished off by Avdia.
Already a gifted passer. Henderson has solid vision for such a young player.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
Simons, he's checked in for Portland. Then for the Jazz, Collins checked in for Eubanks. That's Mills in for Collier. Walker's shot is off. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 7. Here's Williams. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Avdia, the pass to Henderson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Filipowski.
High motor type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
All 3 throws good from Henderson. And for the Jazz, the last few seasons, coach, have been a period of rebuilding.
Yeah, it has, Kevin. You know they acquired a lot of draft capital when they traded Gobert and Mitchell. And they've since drafted a lot of young talent and still have plenty of picks to work with.
And here's Sharp. Ayton, the pass to Sharp. For 3. It's hauled in by George. Jazz trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
From 11 feet away. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, when the jumper is falling for Collins, it's a good sign for this offense.
Henderson against George. Here's Sharp. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Such a menace close to the rim. You got to respect Sexton's fearlessness when he's amongst the bigs.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Trailblazers.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Outside, Simon. Here's Ayton. He gets that one. 9 points for DeAndre Ayton.
Well, there's a reason Ayton has a high field goal percentage every year. He typically takes shots he knows he can make.
And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul. 1:19 left in the 4th quarter of this one. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Sharp finds Ayton. Back to Sharp. To the middle. Here's Grant.
And defensively, Collins has the strength, mobility, and work ethic to be an impact performer.
Here's Sexton. Another miss by Utah.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Sharp, the pass to Grant. Outside, Simons. Collins against Sharp. Three-pointer, Simons. Tips it, and Ayton stays with it. Ayton's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
And they go to the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, DeAndre Ayton.